is Jennifer at the Sheep Walk Ranch and Fiber Mill. Today's subject is going to be part 1, and we're calling it the Swiss Valais. I don't have a crap in or crap out conversation for that. However, I've had several people who own Swiss Valais come to me directly to tell me that either their mills don't want to work with it because they don't think it's worth it, or people just aren't in love with the texture of the fiber, or it's misunderstood. So I'm just going to leave it with it's misunderstood. When you look at a Swiss Valais, the first thing that people see is cute and fluffy. They're thinking, oh, le poodle, it's so cute, I want to hug it. Even my friend Doreen, who's no longer with us, she would send me cute photos of Swiss Valais, just thinking how much fun it would be to have one because they look so cute and fluffy. I look at them and I realize that's a long wool breed. At least it has some seriously heavy long wool genetics. So my go-to is it's not going to be fluffy. I mean, it might feel soft to the touch, might feel, you know, when you dig in, but inherently it's going to have some grease. It may carry it more to the root versus the tip, and I'm going to see the sheen, but I'm also going to look at the curl, and I can tell you right off the bat, it has probably, I wouldn't call it crimp, but I would definitely call it wave. So I grabbed from the wrong end of the bag, or at least the wrong end of the sheep fleece, and I ended up getting the poopy side. So I threw the poop out for you, but I did have some in here, so I was able to pick a lot of it out. I don't like to waste. And at first touch, I feel grease. I feel that it has dirt in there, but it's not, it's more papery to me. So I can feel that it's a little bit on the drier side. Right off the bat, again, I like to say that phrase one too many times. I will tell you that that's probably going to be more of a medium to coarse breed, just from touching it and looking at it. But I can tell that it has grease in it. You can see the yellow staining in there, and it will come out. The next thing I look at is the luster. The luster in any long wool breed is what makes it sexy. It's a good thing to have. You can do 100% Swiss Valais yarn, and depending on what you're interested in, you can do a 2-ply warp. I don't recommend it unless if you're gonna have it waxed, because I'll show you in a minute there is a halo to it. But if you're looking for fluffy, you don't necessarily have to add anything to it. You can just go ahead and have it spun up into more of a DK worsted weight. It will bloom just a little bit, but your bloom won't be in the spin itself, it's gonna be in the ply. So you might not see it and you might freak out when you're even hand spinning it, and then once you go back on and do the plying work, you'll realize that it's gonna open up in a different way. So much like Surrey and alpaca, or Wakaya, sorry, Surrey and Wakaya. The other thing I do is before I wash it, if I just really want to know, is I'm going to open up my locks, and I'm trying not to get the light there. I happen to have a clean dustpan here. This will now become my dedicated lock investigation piece here. I opened it up, and if you look at those fibers, they're pretty dense. That's not a cute and fluffy sheep fiber, but some people will say, ooh, yuck, again, oh, we don't want to work with this. But from where I stand, I see sweaters, I see cowls, scarves, gloves, socks, I see all kinds of home goods. So this is the most versatile wool ever. And I say that about a lot of my wools. If you really look hard at what it is and the texture of it, you've got to get past this idea of what we think we're supposed to be working with, and start focusing on how we can make use of everything that's at our disposal. So in these little critters, they work hard at growing their locks, so why would we dishonor them by throwing their stuff into the compost pile? Not that that's not a bad thing, but still. So I look at that, right? Washed, I mean, just look at the difference, and we'll obviously have a black polka dot right there. I want you to see the difference. This becomes a beautiful glossy white, and I don't know if you can see the sheen in there, and that's the light. I've got bright lights in the shop plus some natural light coming in. Sorry, that's my puppy. But all I did was I took my flick carder and I opened up the ends just enough, grabbed my handy dandy tool, and decided to just see what would happen if I went lock by lock. So I'm gonna stand up and show you. So I don't know, and I did this earlier, I'm gonna sweep these off and put them to the side because I don't like to waste. I don't know if you can see that halo. Okay, so this is everything from spinning intentionally thin to where I joined it to flip it around to make a ply, what you can get if you do a little bit more of a dense, it's actually quite gorgeous. This is actually freehand, right? All I did was I just let the locks flow where I wanted them to go, and they created these really cool twisty turns. Little flicks, almost like a mohair. I liked it. It's not boucle, but listen, if you're an art yarn spinner, why would you not want this? This is amazing. So whether you do natural or dyed, the outcome was fantastic. Sorry, sit down so I can be in the picture. But personally, if I were going to turn this into a yarn, which I'm going to be, I have several bags to work on, I'm probably going to focus on more of a sport weight. I don't because of the halo on there and the little tendrils that stick out. My concern would be it'd be too sticky as a warp. I think I could coat it twice with the wax, but you're better off just to call it what it is, warp something else with something other kind of wool. Maybe this will go away in the processing. This again, I just hand-picked and I created that. So the next step for part 2 of my Swiss Valais project is then again to wash the whole fleece and get it processed as requested by the client. And I have to tell you, based on what I've experienced so far, I love that. I love the fact that it is stable. I can use it in any way that I want to. And even though I have really dry hands, I mean, look at this. This is me even wearing gloves. I have old lady hands. It still feels so silky to me. So this is just another one of those projects where I don't want you to hear a rumor about a fleece, a breed of sheep, and say, oh darn, I really wanted to try that. Well, go ahead and try it, because there are breeders all across this world with Swiss Valais, and they're looking for believers like me. So I hope that this will make you take a gamble the next time you order your 6, 8 ounces, 1 pound, whatever, that you try a Swiss Valais, and take into account what kind of hobbies, what kind of end product you're gonna make, and spin it for that. Use it for the way that you're gonna wanna use it. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you so much, and I will see you on part 2 of the Swiss Valais, and I'm sure there'll be an in-between program next. Have a good day. Happy New Year.